security news conference. That news is going to break within this hour, and we will bring it to you as soon as that news conference gets underway tonight. We'll keep you posted on new developments or background information as we get it. And in the meantime, good evening to you. Good evening, everybody. I'm Martha McCallum, live in Nashville.
We got some big news dropping in about an hour.
Final presidential debate. An important face-off is now just 24 hours away. Candidates will take the stage right behind me here at Belmont University.
Well, I want to pause
We
this.
understand that they will
Looking
be
a
muted
little
for the
blurry.
first 2 minutes before voters in a huge parking lot in the must-win state of Pennsylvania. Here's part of what he said.
Look at this fool.
You'll be able to go about your lives knowing that the president is not going to retweet conspiracy theories.
We all had to go about our life for 8 years with you, you idiot.
Insult anybody who doesn't support him or threaten them with
Oh, get over yourself.
We wouldn't tolerate it in our own family except for maybe crazy uncle somewhere.
He always tries to act like he got some folksy kind of, man, you ain't folksy. Get out of here.
Beep beeps in the audience. That was a car rally, as I mentioned,
You're a
and that
punk.
happened in Philadelphia. A very important spot as we get this
Well,
close
now
to
we
the
know.
election.
You don't even go back to
4 years
Chicago.
ago, President Obama did essentially the same thing at around the same time. He drew 40,000 people for Hillary Clinton.
Turn your back on the
back
inner
in the
city.
days when we saw that kind of crowd, and that's a little bit of that scene on the right.
Got a lot of gold showing your face
so
again.
That move, though, failed to secure Hillary Clinton a victory, in part. In the end, when everyone looked back, it was due to low turnout from black voters, a group that Joe Biden hopes the former president Obama can help him deliver 13 short
for
days
Obama to
from
come out of
today.
his little
Another
hole.
crucial group is suburban women. We've got brand new Fox News polling tonight. Shows the president
Come back
is
from
far
hanging out with
them in Pennsylvania. I should
Virgin
say, and
Galactic
also in
guy.
these other battleground states. Take a look at those numbers, double digits all. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Ohio,
Ridiculous.
Wisconsin, a lot of ground to make up in 13 days for the president with this group of voices.
Oh, none of it's fake news, which it is. It's fake news.
Contributing editor and a Fox
It's all
News
fake
editor,
news.
And Austin Goolsbee, President Obama's former chief economist and professor at the University of Chicago. Gentlemen, thank you both for being here. Great to have
Obama
you
lives in Martha's
this evening.
Vineyard.
DeRoy, let me start with you. Your thoughts on
Sold
what we
Chicago
saw
out.
from President Obama in Philadelphia tonight.
Even 50
He was
Cent can see through
reluctant,
them.
Supporter of his own vice president, didn't come out for him early in the game at all.
Even 50
But now
Cent
he
wouldn't
is
give him a
all in
hug.
With 13 days to go, and giving everybody all the reasons he can to vote for his former VP. What do you think?
Even Ice Cube won't vote for these dumb mother
Actually,
effers.
sorry for Joe Biden in the primary, so he was sort of looking back at
Ice
Obama
Cube
and saying, "Don't you remember me? We spent 8 years
and,
together. Where are you?" And he finally came out
the
did a couple of
the rapper 50 Cent.
And now he's coming out, within the last.
They left the black plantation.
But I think people really need to look beyond sort of the glamour
But,
and all that other stuff. And think
what's his
about
name?
the
P. Diddy,
economy.
Puff Daddy.
Was very much involved in this. And
Puff
probably
Daddy.
Until COVID-19.
He stayed on the reservation. He stayed on the plantation.
Huge increase in adjusted.
He stayed on like Samuel L. Jackson in the Django. He loves the master. He loves the Joe Biden master.
Fondness and rose-colored.
He's gonna cry. P. Diddy's gonna cry when Joe Biden loses.
Before COVID-19 struck us, and I think if people focus on that,
Like Samuel L. Jackson in the Django. No, Joe Biden.
It's hard for presidents to recreate the magic for other people.
We're gonna
We've
come
seen it
after
over
you,
time.
Trump.
Bill Clinton, we see it with
With the
Barack Obama.
Call-Uppity.
Last time, as I pointed out, he had 40,000 people in the crowd in Philadelphia.
He
and
did
yet
it.
She was not able to pull across
Puff
the finish line
Daddy.
with a victory in Pennsylvania.
You don't
Why
mind
was it
paying
different
64%
this time?
taxes with Joe Biden. He don't care. That's on him.
That much difference.
They must have some blackmail on him.
Barack Obama is very popular with the Democratic voters and with independents. Not
Austin
so much with
Goolsbee.
Republican voters. A lot of people.
Look at this
almost 40 million people
nutsack
have
Joe
already
Biden.
voted. So I think
His son's a crackhead, of course. Look at him.
We're gonna trot out and give
Look at this dude.
speeches of why you should vote for our candidate.
Look at this fool.
I don't know if the normal rules.
His
apply
son is
this
a
year.
crackhead.
We can't have big rallies. A lot of people
He don't have his own
voted,
teeth.
and a lot of people
They say he don't even have his
are
own
already
teeth.
Decided. So this is
You're gonna
be a
fake
big
teeth
turnout.
or stained.
I think
Exactly.
And he's running for president?
These polls, probably the thing
Have
that-
some
that
respect
should
for your
serve
son
the
that
most
died.
is is that
And your son that's dying right now in front of our eyes.
And for the first time this week,
Have some respect for yourself.
Which poll are you looking at there, Austin? I saw that you said that, and I don't see.
You should have never spoiled Hunter.
Do not show that.
He gave him everything he ever wanted.
All right, so we've got a new Fox
Sex,
poll.
drugs,
Trump should better handle the
booze,
economy like
everything.
voters in this poll. October 17 to 20, so it ended just yesterday. Michigan is a tie.
Now they say he's been appropriate with some of the Biden girls.
41 to 52. President Trump, Pennsylvania, 45 to 50.
Don't go down that rabbit hole. You read Hunter Biden's emails.
Specifically, Wisconsin, 43.
You better say your prayers before you look into that, because that is
That's an area that you think he needs to
scary, spooky
focus on
stuff.
in a big way come tomorrow night.
Like Podesta emails.
Absolutely.
Marina Brandanovich.
Fox Business website last week, and it pointed out some
It'll make you sick.
incredibly dramatic figures, and I really hope the president focuses on this for the next 13 days. For example, black home ownership at the end of President Obama's term, fourth quarter 2016, 41.7%.
They should just hand over the reins to Hillary or somebody else.
Huge increase in black
Anybody
home ownership.
but Joe
Poverty
Biden.
rate, as I mentioned, fell to a record low in the beginning of 2019. First time in
I'd
US
love to
history
see
the black
Trump
poverty rate has
beat
been
Hillary like a drum
20%.
twice.
Again, a very positive thing. For people who may not have had much education, people with no high school diploma, their median household income under Obama between 2010 and 16 went up just 1.7%. Over the first 3 years of President Trump, up 9%. So we are often seeing that people, sort of those who are considered overlooked or not the Wall Street crowd, are really the people who've seen the biggest gains under Trumponomics, and he needs to talk about that tremendous progress that's being made. Unfortunately, COVID-19 ran it, sort of derailed that.
Exactly.
And now we're going to, with any luck, continue the growth we've seen and continue it even more dramatically over the
that's
next
the big
4 years.
issue.
If the
We want to
president-
go up and up and up. Dow Jones up, everybody's pocketbook up.
But that's the big issue.
That's Trump.
All of that has the caveat,
The whole country was losing under Obama.
And
They want to go back to that.
presidency can be hit with an enormous, unexpected event that rocks their presidency and rocks the country. It's really a question, Austin, as whether or not people see who can fix it
The
now.
Hunter Biden laptop's rocking everybody's world.
Even though it feels like we're going to live in this situation forever, I don't believe that we are. And when we do get on the other side of it, it's going to have a huge, enormous impact on the economy. And these voters have to decide who they think.
I'll tell you what was enormous, Hunter Biden's crack pipe.
Yes, I agree with
That was enormous.
I do think there is also the element of holding people to account.
Who sleeps
for
with his
what
crack
happened,
pipe in his mouth?
under their watch. So
And you want this guy to be in
who
office?
do you think will do a better
Hunter
job
Biden will be there
of
every other day at the
fact
White
that
House.
repeatedly and
That's
in all the
disgusting.
polls, people
It's like
believe
Bill
that
Clinton
Trump
being at the White House
has
again,
handled the
getting
crisis,
BJs over there in the Oval
handled the
Office.
crisis, and that COVID
Hunter
crisis
Biden will be getting BJs. Don't you just watch? You bring in
That's a
the
big
Bidens.
albatross for the president
That's
to
like
get out
inviting
from under, and that's
Satan in
Yeah.
just a little bit. Come in, just a little bit. Give him an inch. He'll take a mile.
Yeah, I make just this quick point. There's no schadenfreude whatsoever in this, but as you see the lockdowns going on in Europe, England and France, and I think Israel and other places, this is an awful thing. I mean, this shows that we're being hit and struck around the world by this terrible virus. Nobody wanted this. Nobody asked for it. Nobody deserved it. And all sorts of leaders, not just President Trump, have had to grapple with this. And, you're seeing sort of
The
a second wave
Democrats
coming.
might have deserved
And I think
it.
this goes to show that this remains a challenge, not just for President Trump, but for almost every world leader.
But I think the Democrats really, they're in cahoots with the Chinese. I would not put it past them. They orchestrated it with the Chinese. None of the stuff worked with the Russian hoax.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Good to have you with us tonight.
The Ukraine, none of it worked.
So Trump 2016
I would not put it past the Democrats.
knows about corrupt politics in Ukraine. He was sentenced to prison for charges stemming from Robert Mueller's investigation into election interference, admitting to efforts to conceal millions earned lobbying there. His thoughts on the Hunter Biden story as it has emerged in recent days. Coming up next. Stick around for that after this.
There you go. There you have it. 2 more weeks.